I'm life and business coach Samantha Sifring, and this is the Online Business Building Mamas podcast, where you learn how to build a wildly successful business from home while raising kids. Welcome to another episode of the Badass Mother podcast. Today I am starting a series. That's the traits of my most successful clients. Today is part 1, and I am so excited. I have 3 weeks worth all written out. This is going to be so good. I also just recorded a fun video for the women on my wait list and sent that out. And recently, I decided that I wanted to hire a life coach. I've been working with a life coach for a couple years now, and I've been doing it through a group program where I kind of cycle through a group of coaches, but don't always have the same exact dedicated coach every single time. I haven't had a strictly just for me one-on-one life coach where it's the same every single week for a year and a half now. So I'm really excited to be hiring somebody, to have somebody who's dedicated to my crazy and helping me work through it. But when I decided to sign up with her, she had a wait list. And so I joined the wait list, and now I wait for however long it's going to take for a spot to open up to work with her. And one of the things that she does is send out a video every month to the people on her wait list as just like a little added value. And I felt really inspired by that. I decided to do the same thing. So I just recorded a January video for everybody on my wait list talking about breaking down your January goal, creating your plan for the month, the most important things with that. And I was really excited to send that out. So let's get into the episode. My clients are amazing. They're transforming themselves, their lives, their businesses, and their finances, obviously, because of our work together. They are growing, they're hitting goals, they're getting results. I wanted to share a couple recent wins from the past couple months. Kristen made $25K in our first month together. Ryan hit 20K months after attending my retreat. Anne signed 4 clients in our first month working together after a dry spell in her business. Justine made her money back from working together in her first month and a half. And Jen signed her first client the day after our first call. And that's not even showing the mental and emotional results that everybody is getting. There are new levels of self-confidence, standing taller, trusting themselves, taking responsibility, healing relationships, finally loving themselves, and more. Yes, the money is great, but learning to feel good with yourself, no matter what the circumstances are in your life, that is the true power. I think that is really the most important transformation you can have from coaching, is understanding that you have the ability to feel good and feel self-acceptance and self-love no matter what. This new coach that I want to hire, I just heard a quote from her the other day, something that she worked on for a while, a new thought, which was, I am learning to see that I am perfect right now. And then after she did that work, she shifted to I am perfect right now. And that thought has just been really sticking with me ever since I heard it. And I think that is the kind of shift that I really hope for my clients, because I know when they're able to find that place everything else becomes so much easier. Building their business is easier, their marriage is easier, their parenting is easier because they just feel good with who they are in themselves. I hear from a lot of my new clients that they want to be one of my success stories and best testimonials. So, in light of that, I took some time to journal and reflect on the traits that I see in my most successful clients. And just so you know, in this series, I'm going to be defining success as achieving the goals you personally have set for yourself. That is how I define success. Over the next 3 weeks, you're going to be hearing the top 3 characteristics of my most successful clients and how to build them in yourself. See, these aren't going to be things like extroverted, intelligent, that kind of thing. These are going to be things that anyone can build and develop into their lives to be successful in their business right now. Part 1 is all about future focus. Who we are right now. The way that we think and feel and what we do has created the results we have right now in our businesses and in our lives. I'm going to repeat that again. Who we are right now, the way we think and feel, and what we do has created the results we have right now in our businesses and lives. Creating different results means becoming a different version of ourselves. Not because we aren't enough as humans, not because we aren't worthy of the things that we want, but because we need to think, feel, and act differently to get new results. My most successful clients are focused on where they are going, what they're creating, and who they are becoming in the process. I remember when I was in network marketing, the founder of the company that I worked with had this quote, and I don't even remember exactly what it was, but it was just basically like, it's all about who you become in the process. Like far and away above the business, above the revenue, above what you're making, all those things, it's about who you are becoming. That has always stuck with me. And I feel like I even understand it so much more now than I even did then. So this doesn't mean that it comes naturally to my clients. It means that they are willing to put in the work and the discipline to overcome their default thinking, to reprogram their brain, to shift back into their future self. This sounds simple when I explain it, but it really does take incredible work and focus. Our brains are programmed to look into our past for evidence of what we can do in our future. And our brains love to feed us the easiest, most convenient thought, which is the ones that we've been thinking over and over for years. The ones that have gotten us to where we are now, but won't take us further. My most successful clients see the vision of their future really clearly, and they connect with it often, and they choose to believe that it's happening more often than the average person. They don't always choose to believe it's happening. Sometimes we just don't remember that it's all about our thoughts. But the more that you choose to believe it's happening, the more likely it is to happen. They choose to feel the thrill of creating exactly what they dream of right now. I think as business owners, this is the hardest work we will do. Marketing, business strategy, these things aren't actually hard. They're really simple and they can be so much fun if you're doing them right. Believing something that your brain doesn't want to believe, that is hard. We have to choose to think and feel, then act like our future self. Doing this in advance is how we achieve the goals we set for ourselves. So, choosing to think, feel, and act like our future self in advance is how we achieve the goals we set. This requires us to suspend our disbelief and believe in something we don't have a lot of evidence for yet. Here's how I think of it. When we're watching a scary movie, we know that it's fake. We literally clicked play or bought the movie ticket or put the DVD in. We recognize the actors in it, and we know that they're different people than who they're playing. We know all about stage makeup and CGI. We know it isn't real. And yet, as the movie plays, we have a physical response in our body. We feel fear as if what was happening on the screen was really happening to us. I personally can't even watch scary movies because they're too scary, which I realized recently means my brain believes too much and the physical response is too uncomfortable for me. This demonstrates our capacity to hold two conflicting beliefs at the same time. This isn't real, and this is real. Part of me thinks this isn't real. I put that DVD in. I know who that actress is. And the other part of me is like, that is terrifying, and I'm never going to sleep again, and I'm never turning out the lights when I walk down the hallway. The intensity of the fear in our bodies during a scary movie shows exactly how we need to practice new beliefs of our future self. So, not just writing them in a journal and thinking how nice the words are while still feeling doubt. A lot of people treat journaling like this and then think mindset work doesn't work for them. My clients will try this too when we walk through their new beliefs and I ask them what they need to think. They will come up with all of these things, and I can tell just by the sound of their voice that it does not ring true to them at all. When I sit and do my belief building work, I focus more on how I feel than the actual thoughts. And this is how I teach my clients as well. You can feel when your belief is strong and when it's growing. You feel confident, courageous, inspired to take action. You start coming up with great ideas. You start feeling motivation to get out there and do something. It's the complete opposite of when you're sitting in doubt, which leads you to want to pull back, shrink down, avoid business building activities, and distract yourself with everything else besides what you know you should be doing. Here's a little homework assignment I'd like you to do to practice getting into the feelings of your future self. First, sit down and write your goal. Maybe you'd like it to be your 2020 goal, like 100K in 2020. Maybe you would like it to be your monthly goal, like 10K or 5K or whatever it may be in January or in 30 days. Then I'd like you to imagine that you're sitting there at the end of the time period. So going back to the 2020 example, imagine that you're sitting there December 31st of 2020, having accomplished your goal of 100K or whatever your goal was. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What is different in your life now? What are your goals for 2021? What advice do you have for yourself a year ago? Get into detail imagining this and write out your thoughts. Let yourself really feel those feelings and then practice being December 31st, 2020 you as much as possible. I did this exercise at the beginning of December 2019. I set a goal for 40,000 for December, and then I got coached on it. And the coach that I was talking to, she was a life coach. And as we were talking about this goal, she was like, okay, so imagine at the end of December, you've done it. What will you think about yourself then? This was one of the best questions ever because immediately I knew. Immediately, my thought was, I will know that I create my results always. And then immediately I was like, I should be thinking that now. And she was like, yes, you should be thinking that right now. And think about how differently the month will play out, holding that thought all month long instead of waiting to think it when I feel like I've earned it. I just decided, oh, I can just think that right now. And what's amazing is that while 40,000 in December felt kind of out there for me, I ended up doing 50. So this is a powerful, powerful exercise. Come back to this mental and emotional place whenever you have big decisions for your business, are selling or promoting something, and when you have a struggle in your business like a cancellation, an unhappy client, or something doesn't go as well as you wanted it to. December 2020 has a lot of wisdom that will help you get through all of 2020 and create the results that you dream of right now. All right, mamas, spend the next week thinking and feeling as your future self as much as possible. Next week, we're going to be talking about the success trait, the next success trait. In the meantime, join me over at Online Business Building Mamas on Facebook if you haven't already. It is my community over there where I am active every single day and bring tons of value. I do Q&As often. I write multiple posts every single day, and everybody over there is like Transformation City right now. Everyone's mind blown on every post. It's so fun to watch everybody shifting and growing. So if you'd like to join me over there and you haven't yet already, I made a great little link for you to get there super easily. It's bit.ly/joinmama, bit.ly/JOINMAMA. If you like this podcast, I want to invite you to coach with me over in my program, Mama to CEO. There's you, and there's the consistent income you want to make in your business, and I help you remove everything standing in between. It's lifetime access for mastering your marketing, sales, time, and everything else you need to have the business and life you really want. Whether it's making your first 1,000 or 100,000, I can help you do it. To join, go to mamatoceo.com, mamatoceo.com.